Okay, run out of battery. Alrighty, let's look at the garden. It's been a while since I've been out here. So, ever since I've taped anything, I just haven't gotten anything taped. I haven't been feeling very well, or hadn't been. I feel good now. Anyway, diatomaceous earth makes things white. But it's supposed to be good for it, kill the bugs and all that. I've got a bunch of tomatoes coming on, and I've got excess tomatoes, so I'm going to freeze some. And I thought maybe you'd like to come along. Isn't that pretty? Nice big red one. And see how I do it, just for fun. Or whatever. I ran out of battery, and so I've got one. I'm gonna pick some. I'm not gonna do a whole bunch. See, this is a different kind. I got a bunch of these. There's a little bit of blossom in on that. We'll take it anyway. Ooh, here's one I didn't get for a while, and it's ripe. What else we got down in there? Really have to look at them. They came up so nice. One of them's still in a bucket, I believe. I brought it from in the house. The other one I dumped out of the bucket. I also brought it from the house. I overwintered it and dumped it out, and it's still growing. So, that's what I'm doing now. Some of them are really ripe, some of them aren't as ripe, but I'm going to pick them anyway. Because I want enough to put in a bag. And because they're ripe enough. Look at that one. That's a funny looking one. It's part ripe and part not ripe. Hey. There's one up there. Best time to pick these is earlier in the morning, after the dew is off, after they're dry, but before it gets hot. They have better flavor. They have better moisture. It's always better to pick things then. Whether you're going to, like I'm going to do, freeze it or whatever, eat it, or can it, or whatever. It simply has better flavor earlier in the morning. And it's a little fresher. Here's some more tomatoes. Now these little tomatoes are little orange tomatoes. See? They don't turn red. Here's one in here that can come. I'll leave that one there. It can get riper. I'm going to pick some of these though. These probably won't freeze. These will probably just eat because they're pretty small. And they're fun in salad or whatever. I'm not crazy about fresh tomatoes, but my husband and my daughter like them. And I like salsa, which these will make just fine. And I like juices, soups, stuff like that. Just because you don't like fresh tomatoes doesn't mean you don't like tomatoes, period. And they're really good for you. Lots of vitamin C, lots of minerals. Keep you from getting scurvy or rickets. All that stuff is good. Good stuff. They used to call them love apples. Used to think they were poisonous. A couple 100 years ago. But they got over that. They used to think rhubarb was too. They got over that too. I think that's pretty good. What else have we got here? I got a cage around that one. And you can't really tell it, but I did take a bunch of the leaves off of it that Like this one doesn't have any blooms or anything. And just take it off, throw it down. It just kind of keeps everything else from happening. Yeah, the plant's got far too much foliage. And this is a little bird cage, and this is fun, but one of the tomatoes grew in the cage. But as you can see, I have plenty. That's why I got to freeze some. I about as soon give them away, but for some reason, people don't seem to want them around here. I don't know, we've lived here a couple of years. We don't really know any of our neighbors, oddly enough. Strange to live in a small town and not know anybody. But that's the way it is here, I guess. And if you get green tomatoes, don't worry about it. They cook up too. I cooked some cucumbers the other day in a soup, and they were delish. So, you know, just because that's not usually what you do. But this one is going to the chickies. Anybody want a tomato? But as you can see, we have an abundance of them. Oh, there's another one they can have. So I'm not going to begrudge them a few tomatoes. There you go, girl. And they give us eggs. So, well, that's all for now. I'm going in. Just the road on the show. TTFN. A few minutes in the garden. I really didn't take that good a care of it. But we have a lot of tomato plants. Alright. Okay, I brought the tomatoes inside. And what you need in order to freeze tomatoes is your tomatoes, of course. And I'm just going to use, like I said, the bigger ones. Probably. And then freezer bags. I've got quart freezer bags, whatever kind. You need a slotted spoon. You need a pan of boiling water, which is what that's going to be in just a little bit. And I've got a strainer so I can wash my tomatoes and take the green tops off of them. And then you need ice water on here. Okay, I put my ice in there. I'm going to put a little bit of water in there too. And now you make it cold. And now we'll wait until the water boils. Oh, yeah, we'll wait till the water boils, and while that's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and clean these tomatoes up and take the little green things off of them and wash them and everything. And I'll be right back. I washed them, took the skins out. I got my water hot. It's not boiling, but it's hot. I've got my ice water. I've got my slotted spoon. Now, you can see how it's bubbling. I'm going to take a tomato. I'm going to pop it in there. I'm going to wait from 60 to 90 seconds. And then we're going to pull it back out. As a matter of fact, I'm going to time it. I'll put this on timer and put 88 seconds in it. My microwave. And we'll start it. And there it is in there. And I'll be back in 80 seconds or so. And we'll carry on. Alright, time's up. Take my slotted spoon and fish out the tomato. I'm going to bring it over here. Stick it nice water. And we're going to leave it in there for a few minutes and let it cool down. And I'll be right back. I'm going to put some more in there, but I'll be back. Okay, now, see how that skin's kind of wrinkled up? See how easy that comes out? That just peels right off. do the same thing with the rest of them. Peel them off, take that out, the core out. Hard to do it with one hand, but it can be done. And I'm going to put them in my little bag. I'm going to label my little bag. I'm going to put them in the freezer. And they'll be ready for soups or stews or sauces or anything else I might want. Except for probably fresh, because they are no longer for salads and whatnot, although I suppose it'd be okay. Alright, and that's how you freeze them. I'll be back to show you the final result. And there you have it. There they are, all peeled and cored, labeled, ready to go in the freezer. Now I'll put them in there, and then this winter, when we don't have any, we'll have tomatoes. We won't have to buy them. We won't have them with the pesticides or all that crap. I'll only have to grow the ones inside that we eat for fresh salads, which won't be that many, but still. And I do like to grow them inside, but this is better. And that's how you do it, and it's easy as that. And if you got extra tomatoes and don't do it, well, can them. You can also can them, or you can make juices and freeze them, or you can make soups and freeze it. And store up. Save up your fresh produce for frozen produce or canned, and eat fresh, eat good food. A lot fresher than the grocery store and a lot better. A whole lot less pesticides and herbicides and other poisons. Mine don't have any on them. Anyway, that's all there is to that. TTFN.